Hi all my beautiful people. Today I'm going to be talking about enemas. And I'll try sitting here in the morning sun. So put a few things in here in this video. Just firstly about water. Water is so important for our life, and especially when we want to detox our bodies. Let's turn the camera a bit. Make sure I'm in the shot. So, water is not just the physical water, but apparently also the actual element, the water. So when you're in a bath or when you're drinking your water, if we focus on the fact that the energy of the water is powerfully cleansing us, washing away. So when you're in a bath, you can actually be washing away old negative thoughts. So everything is working on an energy level. So it's not just only toxins from your body that are being washed out into the bath. So yeah, using water in all sorts of ways. Drinking a lot of water if you feel the urge to do it. And having baths, long baths. You can use magnesium baths. These Epsom salt baths. And you can buy the Epsom salt if you go to a store, a farm store where they use it for the land. Just make sure it's pure Epsom salt. I think it's called magnesium sulfate also. And also sea salt baths. But lying in the water, using the water to help us detox is really important, I think. So yeah, and right now it's morning, and I've said this before, that in the morning, see, our bodies are, of course, they're all connected to all of life, and in the morning our body is working on detoxing everything from yesterday. And of course, the more toxic we were living yesterday, the harder the body's working now. So when we keep living a life that's quite difficult, quite toxic, in the morning time, it's cleaning away everything from yesterday. If you are living a more pure life, the detoxification process of the body can go deeper, so it can take away some more old stuff. So and when you go into the middle of the day, the body is more geared to digest. So that's when it's good to have something, maybe some more heavy foods. It's good in the midday, from 11 to 2. And in the evening, the body's actually closing down and or sort of getting ready for the night, and it goes out of the digesting mode, and in the evening and during a lot of the night, it's in the, I think it's in the where it is assimilating all the nutrients that we gave the body during the day. It is drawing into it. But the most important thing is to remember, in the morning you're detoxing. So that's a time of the day where it's really good to focus on helping your body to get rid of its toxic matter. And you can use dry skin brushing, which I've shown you also on the other channel. But now we'll get to enemas, and I love enemas. I just love enemas. And why do I love enemas? I especially love coffee enemas. It seems stupid to put water up into your bowel. And in the beginning, first of all, I thought it was dangerous. And I knew from sort of what I'd heard, I didn't know much about it, but I just sort of had sense that it's something you shouldn't do. You should always let the bowel work itself. But I've found out that's not really true. And why not? So, of course, always, as I say, listen always to your body and your heart, what's right for you. And for some people it's really good using enemas, and other people not so much. But I think most people actually will benefit. During this time, most people will benefit from using enemas to some degree. So, let's just say one thing. Yesterday I had quite a bit of meat and different things which I'm not usually eating. And see, the thing is, we're social beings, and my husband was having some of this food, and enjoying eating together is a very fundamental thing in our lives. So I just said, oh, you know, what the heck, and I felt like some meat, and I just had a bit more than usual. And I can feel it today, my body's feeling quite heavy. And what a gift that I know that I can do my coffee enemas, and maybe I'll do an extra coffee enema, because it helps the body quickly get this food that is actually quite hard for me to work with. I can quickly get it out of my system, because what is very important is that we don't have food stored for a long time in our bodies, because most of us, we really need to not add more to our bodies. We need to get rid of a lot. So, and a very powerful thing to do is simply just fast and drink water. But most of us are not actually strong enough to do that, because it is a very extreme thing to do, or to just drink urine, maybe for a month. And you can do it, but it is it's quite a dramatic thing for the body. So it's always, when we're detoxing, if something gets too aggressive, I feel we're actually not benefiting the body. So always be gentle and be kind to yourself. So knowing that, okay, I want to change my life, I want to help my body detox, but if I feel like something that I know is not really detoxifying, I'll have it if I feel it's right for me. And then you have your coffee enemas where you know you can quickly release it from the body and move on. So that's one of the great things. You always have a tool. Also, if you've been to a party and you've had some alcohol, and you can feel it the next day, this is really hard for my body, you can do a coffee enema. And if you want to start trying to do coffee enemas, I've told about it in my first channel, Katrina Rudolph. Always start, like everything, always start with mild coffee, and then you move on. And I'm using 3 large tablespoons of coffee for each enema. And it's about 1 liter of coffee. And that also, the amount, you can start with a small amount and take more and more. So what does the coffee enema do? Well, I just know with myself, before I go into that, another reason why I think enemas are so important. A person like me who's had a very toxic gut all my life, ever since I was a little child, my body is so battered, and my body loves to be able to get this help that it needs, and I think, so that's what I feel, I'm really, really helping my body to just lift off. It's like a walking stick. I'm using a walking stick for a while because it's just been too much for my body. Although I've eaten very healthy food, all the emotional strain, there's just been so much that's been very, very difficult for me, so my body is just really worn. So I mean, some people say coffee enemas saved my life, and I'd nearly say the same. I also say that I feel it's my best friend sometimes, having a coffee enema. So what the coffee enema does is it detoxifies the bowel, and it also detoxifies the liver. And it actually detoxifies the liver more than the bowel. And it does it very, very powerfully, very quickly. So you might have a migraine headache, but it's just severe, and you have a coffee enema and it's gone. Or if I have a migraine headache, I might have 2 in a row. And you just feel the change so quickly. And at the same time as being very, very, very powerful, it is also very mild. I'll just get into the shade because it's just too sunny. Too sunny for me. I think this is a bit better because I was just being suntanned from strong, beautiful morning sun. Okay, so let's continue. And if you want to go and read more about coffee enemas, go to Dr. Lawrence Wilson, Wilson, and read about coffee enema benefits. He writes many, many things, so you just have to work your way through all the stuff he has. But he says many of these, many incredible things. And I can't remember them all. So, but you feel it when you use the coffee enema. It not only affects your body, you feel much more clean, you feel much more clear in your mind. You feel like a big fog is lifted. So of course you feel better about yourself. You just feel more alive. You feel much more alive as soon as you've done it. And it has a great effect on the emotions, on your state of being. You become calm. If you're taking it the right way, you're not taking too much. This is still a bit sunny here. I have to change. You want the light? Have to make it comfortable for yourself in life. I'm sitting on my wool blanket. Okay, so sorry about this. Moving around, that's life sometimes. And yeah, let's continue. So when you do a coffee enema, you feel, that's what I feel, you feel very calm and very clear. So it affects your whole being, not just your body, also your emotional state. And a very interesting thing he says, Dr. Wilson, is that the coffee enema affects the subtle energies of the body. So in homeopathy, that you're working with the subtle energies of the body. And see, the body is all energy. And every time we have some sort of stress on our bodies, it goes into our subtle energy. So we have all these little distortions in our energy that are built up over many, many years, and maybe we have inherited from our parents, that make up the whole mess that our bodies are in often. And the homeopathic medicine goes into these subtle energies and releases the blockages in many ways. And this sounds a bit strange, but in homeopathy they suggest you avoid coffee because coffee actually goes in and affects the subtle energies. So what Dr. Wilson is saying is that when you're taking a coffee enema, it actually goes in a way like a homeopathic remedy, because it goes in and maybe softens the subtle, it goes in and it affects your subtle energies so that where it is tense, it becomes calm. It's very, very, very amazing. And the detoxifying effect is, I can't say all the technical things, but they say that your liver, when your liver is affected by a coffee enema, its detoxifying ability is 7 times greater. So, yeah, it just it's an enormous boost for your liver. And some people use liver cleansers, which are quite dramatic, where you actually get rid of these liver bile stones that are in your liver, which most of us have. I've tried it once, but it made me very sick. And they say that if you don't want to do those coffee enemas, if you do them often, you're doing just a milder liver cleanse. So it is really, in a way, the coffee enema is a cleanser, but also a builder, because you're cleansing away all this stuff, and you're letting your body be more able to, in a way, start again. That's what I feel. It's helping me start again, my body. So it is amazing. It is really amazing. So at the moment I'm doing 2 coffee enemas a day. Sometimes I just do 1. So yeah, this was about enemas, and you can do other types of enemas. You can do an apple cider vinegar enema, where you use just lukewarm water, and you put maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Some people use that. You can use a urine enema, which is very powerful, because the thing is, the urine cleanses the bowel very powerfully and heals the bowel, actually like probiotic food when we're drinking it and using it as enemas. But you can also just drink it. That's the urine. I mean, there's so many things, so many ways we can help our bodies. So this was about enemas and about coffee enemas, and if you have any feeling that maybe this would be nice to try, go for it, because you're really doing your body a favor. And like everything, if you sense this is just not right for me, after all, I've tried it, it's not right, just stop it. So life is good, and we have what we need. Everything we need is right here for a very, very beautiful life for all of us. And they say that as we're moving, you more and more, you allow the purity to come into your life, you release the old, let go of the negative, you can become younger. Because we're actually meant to become much older, but because we're so toxic and life is so stressful, we age quicker. So that's what they say. And also, if you really, the reason why we die when we're in our 70s, 80s, is because we believe it. If you say to yourself every day, I'm young and my body has enormous ability, my body is full of vitality, you will actually become younger. Your cells will rejuvenate. And enemas can be a great part of this. So I just feel more and more. This is just a little thing about me. I always had the feeling I was going to die early, because my life was so intense when I was young, and I thought maybe I'll die when I'm about 37, and I'll sort of be a little bit old then, and I just had this feeling, and I didn't. And now I'm 54, and I feel so much hope, and I really do believe that, not that I can become younger, but that just my body is, if I really help it and believe it, I can have so much vitality and maybe live for a long time. So it's really good to notice what are our beliefs. And if you believe, oh, I'm 60, soon 70, I'll probably soon die, we will. But if we say, oh, there's so much beauty ahead and there's so much goodness ahead, and really my body is so strong, and I can just release all these toxins and actually feel really great, we will. So I'll stop talking now. The morning is so beautiful. I just feel it more and more. The golden age is here. It sure is here already. So take care, my friend, and God bless you. See you. We like the voice of nature. Want to hear the voice of nature? That's the best. We'll let the daffodils say goodbye.